Hey folks, I'm Steve Safar with Security InfoWatch. I'm really happy to be here with Lantronix. Wes Gosnell with Lantronix. He's the southwestern or southeastern? Southeastern. Yeah, I'm in the southeast, right? Southeastern United States region manager, and you've got some Lantronix very famous for your connectivity products, your PoE products, but
yes, sir.
Now you've got a line of cellular.
That is correct.
Wonderful. So let's have at it.
All right. So our newest products that we've actually come in since we've merged with Lantronix, which was formerly Transition Networks, merged in December of 2021. And since that point, what we actually brought out are our cellular connectivity products. And what we've got here are your basic 3 and 4G cellular products. These will actually come with your serial connections, IP ports, and then your dual SIM card ports on the back.
You can hold it closer.
Absolutely.
It'll actually stay in focus. Yeah.
That is the one right there.
E210.
That is the E210. It ships
fiber.
That is correct.
ST fiber.
That is right. You've got actually not a fiber, it's just your Ethernet connections here. And you do have an RS-232 connection.
Those are the antenna connections.
That is correct. And the ones back here we have you can actually utilize for cellular diversity and for Wi-Fi as well. We have your SIM card implementation right here. And that is our entry-level device. We have our 220. That is actually another one. This is actually one SIM card, an Ethernet on one side, an Ethernet on the separate, and then your cellular connection antennas go here. All of these devices ship with the antennas, and all the devices need to actually set it up inside of either a DIN rail mount or an internal mount as well. And lastly, we have our newest device, which is really cool. This is our G520 series cellular router. You've got 2 antennas on the front for Wi-Fi backup, and then 3 on the back here for cellular diversity. This device comes with 2 SIM card inputs.
2 SIMs, yeah.
That's right. You can utilize it. It is certified for T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T at this point, but you can utilize 2 SIM cards. It has a last gasp battery on or off switch on the back, and that basically means that if the power is completely shut off, that it'll send one last message to your integrator to let them know that everything has gone down.
I love it. So for fault-tolerant applications, you can have a SIM from each carrier.
That's correct. And one of the great reasons if you move in or utilize this in a city application, parts of your city can have a lot of connectivity with someone like Verizon and then none with AT&T or vice versa. So we want to make sure there's 2 SIM cards in there based upon connectivity of who has the best cellular coverage. On the front here, we have our RS-232 serialized connection, a USB to go directly into it. This is actually the power device or the power port. And what we have on the G527 and G528 series are 2 PoE LAN ports up front, Ethernet. And these will actually power up to 30 watts per port for all of our IP camera manufacturer users. We've got several college campuses right now that are utilizing this in remote locations on campus to power anything up to 30 watts per port. And again, each port will do 30 watts at a time.
Each port?
Each port.
Out of this small device?
That is correct.
And managed?
Yep, it is managed, so you'll have a 60 watts of PoE power going out between the 2 ports. That is correct.
Wow.
We have 3 versions of this. One is a 3G and 4G. The 528 is a 5G version, and those are your main differences, whether it has PoE power or a 5G connection to it.
I can't get over the size.
Yeah, that's the great part is we've had a lot of customers that utilize a fantastic product known as Motorola Cradlepoint, Sierra Wireless. They make great products. What they seemingly really like about ours is that it's hardened so it can go outdoors into a NEMA box, but the size is extremely small, which is fantastic.
How's the temperature range?
It actually goes -30 to 75 Celsius, which I believe is frigid to 120 degrees. So we have these in boxes in Arizona and Minnesota where we're based out of. And the form functionality is great, and the actual functionality of the product is fantastic as well.
Phoenix, and now I know what I need to get.
That's right.
That's great.
That's right. And the last thing we actually have is this right here. This is something we have coming out. This is our first actual conglomerate between Lantronix and formerly Transition Networks. And we have our full 8 ports that are all running 90 watts apiece, all at the same time. You have a Bluetooth slit right here in the metal front, which allows Bluetooth signal to go in and out. Without the slit, it bounces off.
A beacon.
That's correct. We've got 2 multi-gig SFP ports here, 2.5, 1, 5, and 10. And then what we have here at the top is what we're going to be coming out with, which is a cellular connectivity card that you can slap right in there if you need to have cellular connectivity inside your NEMA box.
Wow, and what kind of connector is that?
That right there, this one is actually
That's
just,
yours?
yep, this is ours, yep. This is actually just a bearing slot we're going to have to either put in USB, possibilities, cellular connectivity, you name it. We're working on the different options now, but the biggest part is that we've got a full 8 ports that are 90 watts a piece, and this is a big selling product for your IP lighting, for your customers that utilize multi-sensor cameras that require a lot of PoE power as well. So very excited about this one coming out. A lot of our customers are as well. And then lastly, you've got your console port here on as well if you want to go directly into the console. The reason why it is a demo right now is if you'll notice there are no jacks on the back for cellular connectivity. That's what we're putting in next. But you can also see we have our rack for NEMA mount as well, for NEMA box. And this one should be coming out in the very near future, but we are...
PoE++.
That is correct, 90...
Start with the model number with the LS series.
Yes, actually, so we have not released it yet, so there is not a model number for this one yet. It'll be coming out, like I said, in the next few months. But we have not released a model number on it yet because we're still adding things to it. And
I do not think that there's another product like that in the industry.
as of right now, combining cellular with 90 watt PoE++ on 8 ports all at once, we have not found one either. But we had a lot of our customers that actually came to us and said that this is what they were utilizing. As we move on, we're running into more IP lighting, whether it be around Amazon facilities, UPS, logistics in general.
Oh, we want this at an aggregation point, like in a city, safe city.
That is another one as well. That's another one as well, yes sir.
And let's go over to your other products, or do you have more here?
Absolutely, well we've got some up here as well, and these are new ones as well. And what we have here is this is Lantronix' own EMG, and what an EMG is it actually allows you to have connectivity to a remote location at any time. We've got a number of dealers that are utilizing this to plug in switches from a larger location and connect back to home base. So if you could take a look at maybe a grocery store or a car lot that has a number of locations around the United States, when the IT department needs to get direct access into point of sale or anything in that remote location, they can actually do it with a cellular connection at any time. So you can run it in via Ethernet, and if Ethernet goes out, you have a cellular connection on the back end to actually dive right back into the remote location that you're trying to reach. So big in banks, big in car dealerships, big in grocery stores right now. Anything that has a home spot, and then a lot of remote locations as well. This has been a great product for us.
So if you have a managed network, you got to add one of these.
That is correct, yes, absolutely. And the last one, if you'd like to take a look over here, I'll show you one more. Come on over.
Following you.
All right. The last one we've got here we're very proud to show is our SLC here. And this is an SLC 8000. This is just like the EMG that we looked at, except this is going to be one that all of your switches in a rack will plug into. We have found out this is done very well with a lot of our energy partners. This is going to give you direct access via USB directly into a console. One of the things we found out that's worked very well, that has drawn a lot of interest, is the fact that it allows you to take back your system if you ever run into malware problems. Someone takes over your network, you can literally unplug them from it, and you can cellularly connect back into the back of a Lantronix SLC 8000, or you can connect manually in person to actually take back your system if it is ever overtaken by malware.
So they need one of these at every small data center, like in a typical distribution center?
That is correct. Right now, out-of-band management is a 35-year-old technology, and the great part about it being such an older technology is that today's modern viruses and today's modern ways of backdooring into a product don't work with this. It's the same way as looking at Windows 98. If you still run Windows 98 on a laptop, there's virtually no viruses that can attack it, because they don't draw viruses for it anymore. So all of a sudden you can now take someone who's broken to your system and kick them right out and take it back with an SLC. You can do it remotely or in person. Great product, have a ton of interest in these things. We're very happy about how they're moving as well.
Especially for GSOCs.
That is it, yes sir.
So let's take a look at your power supply.
All right. So aside from that, we'll jump into one other product.
Yeah, Transition Networks.
That's correct. So we've got, they're still showing some Transition Network product line on here until we clear out the inventory, but what we have here, I'll just pick it up and show it to you. This is actually something that we got from our security integrators across the country. A lot of these guys and gals were looking for a way to actually power and remote into a camera or to an access point that was out on a pole instead of running fiber or technical concrete. So what we developed here was a Bluetooth enabled device And when you open it up, it's basically the guts of the network switch.
Wow.
We've got a multitude of different flavors. This one, for instance, has got 5 Ethernet port, 10100, 1000, 1 gig ports. And then we've got 2 SFP ports as well, so if you want to run fiber out. This is IP67 rated. Fantastic device, comes with a 5-year warranty right off the bat, no questions asked. And again, Bluetooth enabled. It all ships with all of the mounts needed for pole connections. Great product, and we're going to come up with 3 different flavors. One that will actually be powered off AC power from the pole, DC power, or PD pass-through from another switch.
And NFC, so you can actually keep it, track it.
That is correct.
Inventory.
That is correct. And your NFC will actually show you where it is at all times. And one of the great aspects of this as well, if you notice it kind of looks like an iPad, is when you actually purchase one of these, you download our app for free, and anytime you install one of these, you take the serial number, you actually plug it into our software here on your iPad, and it will show you everything that's going on with the switch.
The routine.
That's
Perfect.
correct. And if you need to go out there and fix it, you can actually hold your iPad up from underneath the pole, and it will connect to it directly, so you don't need a ladder.
NFC is wonderful.
Yep. Absolutely. Come on over.
This is what we call the most informed presentation.
Absolutely. Some of our other
period of
products.
time.
Yeah, some of the other things our guys actually like. If you want to take a look at this little guy on top, this is actually a PoE injector. Lantronix, formerly Transition Networks, makes a ton of these. These are our mini series. These will actually fit in a 19-inch rack inside of their own rack as well. But we have everything from power injectors to media converters and everything that are utilized in a very small space. Moving a ton of these to every kind of industrial manufacturer, car manufacturers as well. They seem to love these. But we have a ton of mini devices, whereas a lot of your PoE injectors are quite large, or you'll have media converters that are quite large. These are very, very small ones that we make that have great form functionality, last quite a bit of time, 5-year warranty right off the bat with any of them, and we're selling those things like crazy as well.
Media converters run our industry.
That's correct.
All you need is a good selling matrix that organizes it, which I'm sure you do on your website.
That is right.
Okay.
And then the last thing we'll take a look at here is what we have is a number of our hardened switches. Now the great part about our hardened switches is that they too come with a 5-year warranty right out the bat, but we actually have quite a bit of inventory with these. And when I say quite a bit of inventory, we're in the droves of hundreds with all of our models, which is fantastic. We keep our Meanwhile power supplies fully stocked as well. And these devices, we have unmanaged, managed devices, ones that'll run 90 watts per port.
Meanwhile is just
fantastic.
I mean, it just takes such a great range of inputs and outputs. I have never seen such a wide range on both sides.
That's absolutely it. But we have everything from managed to unmanaged, PoE, PoE plus, PoE plus plus. We have 8 ports that will put 90 watts apiece. 4 ports that we utilize with a lot of our solar applications that have a wider variance of voltage. Those are 4 ports that'll run 90 watts apiece as well. So we've got a multitude of options and a lot of inventory to boot.
Don't worry, I'm not going to steal this, but this is another power supply, right?
Yes,
plus
correct.
an alarm out. So you can actually, let's see here, your 12-volt relay, you can actually follow the status
That is correct.
of the power. Excellent, nice and easy thing where you can actually, right?
That's
Alert
correct.
on a power failure or
This
something
device
like
right here, Dennis, if you'd like to give us our
I just saw it lying around.
EDCA, that's
Well,
correct.
what it is, it's a door alarm.
That's right.
So when you close this gets attached on there, and then it's a door alarm. So if somebody opens the door up,
Yep.
you'll be notified because our switch has
you're
a I/O
tamper-
connection. So it's a
Tamper-proofing everything.
tamper-proofing.
Every alarm panel should have that.
You know
That's right.
exactly if the door got opened by somebody.
That's right.
Thank you for that explanation. Well, I think we've done it within a record period of time.
Excellent.
Well, how do we buy it?
What's that?
I would normally say how do we buy it at this point,
Yeah,
but I
absolutely.
think you can buy Transition Networks and
In our distribution channel?
Lantronix everywhere.
Yep.
What's your what are some of the largest stocking distributors that you have?
Absolutely. So right now we currently work with Annixter, ADI, Graybar, CSC Wesco, Ingram, Tech Data, and a few other regional type distributors. But right now all of those guys will stock the product and they've got it ready and waiting to go.
That's wonderful. And Lantronix.com?
That is correct,
Still the
Lantronix.com.
website? That's right. And Wes, the time frame for the cellular products, that really nice big box.
Yes, sir.
It's a small box, but I know.
The larger
that
8
box
port.
that does everything.
Yeah, the 90 watts a piece with the cellular connection. We're looking at a
You're saying
release date of that
Q1?
about the next 3 to 6 months.
So, end of 2022.
That's correct.
That is going to be amazing. Code LS, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Series LS. Wes, thank you so much, and look forward to buying one of those myself.
Wonderful. Thank
Hey,
you as
take
well.
care.
We appreciate your time.